Hi betting experts, on Friday April the 12th, the second day of the Grand National meeting at Aintree, another cracking card, very testing ground, though the weather forecast again looks dry, so maybe things will start to improve. Certainly looks a bit better on Saturday. We start off with our betting expert daily nap, sponsored by Bet365. This goes in the 255. It's the Trust the Trader Top Novice Hurdle. 2 miles and 103 yards, a Grade 1, Class 1, 4-year-olds and upwards, over £56,000. The winner, some mixed form lines from all the top novice races, and I think the mare, Dyser Enos, can strike a blow for the Fergal O'Brien yard. Now, the big key here is she gets the £7 allowance, and I think that's massive, especially at this time of year. She's relatively fresh. She's had 3 runs over hurdles so far this season after 215 days off. Not off the bridle to win at Huntingdon, then really impressive in a strong race at Cheltenham on soft ground on the 15th of December. That was a good novice hurdle, quickening up quite smartly to beat the Bat, who's a reliable tool of Harry Fry's. Then to Doncaster, defied long odds on against nothing really, 9-1 on the bridle. It was all set for Cheltenham for the mares, but she got injured on the morning of the race and had to miss the race, which was absolutely gutting for her connections. But I think it was only a minor issue. She's been working well at home since. I think she's got loads of speed. She'll love the flat track at Aintree. I think Brennan will be cruising. Hopefully she'll be able to see things out. She's won at Cheltenham up the hill in the mud, so it shouldn't be any issue, and hopefully that setback hasn't dented her. I think she's a very promising mare. As I say, the £7 she's getting from all these geldings could well count for plenty. I think she's a very fair price. The yard, they've had 5 winners in the last 14 days at a 23% strike rate. They've also had one of the most blatant non-tries I've ever seen, which resulted in a ban and a huge fine, but that's really out of character. They're basically a very good yard, going places, Fergal O'Brien, and I think Dyser Enos will give you a really good run for your money here. Our betting expert value angle selection, sponsored by Bet365, goes in the 220. This is the handicap hurdle, sponsored by Hills, 2 mile 4, premier contest, Class 1, 4-year-olds and upwards, over £42,000 to the winner. Some upwardly mobile horses, but I think Dan Skelton's Katira is certainly one of the most interesting, and again, she is relatively fresh. She's only had 3 runs so far this season. Dan also in terrific form. He's chasing down becoming champion trainer, though I should think he probably is the outsider of 3 in that particular battle. He's had 2 winners from not that many runners in the last 14 days. Katira, well, she's very promising. She was listed class earlier in the season in November twice at Wetherby and Kempton. I thought she ran really well, particularly over an extended 3 miles at Kempton, where she might not quite have got home against the thorough stayer Coccolico. Off for 110 days, she made her debut in handicaps at Kempton over 2 mile 5. Nico de Boinville had to ride her that day. I think it was one of those busy Saturdays where the jockeys were scattered all over the place, and he didn't give her a very good ride in truth, from miles off the pace, but she's shaped pretty nicely, and I certainly think a mark of 136 is well within her compass. The ground, well, she's a smooth traveller, but she did win a bumper on really testing ground at Huntingdon and at Uttoxeter over hurdles on ground that was nearly heavy, so I don't think the ground's going to be an issue. I think the key is she'll settle in this big field, and there's plenty more upside, plenty more to come from her in handicaps. I think she'll go really well at a double-figure price. Best of luck on Friday at Aintree, betting experts, and please remember to like and comment on all of our YouTube videos.